Yeah, it's a little present box.
How does a sheep say Merry Christmas? Feliz Navidad. Tell your neighbors this joke. to the vlog. I started off. Hey y'all, welcome back to the vlog, and welcome if you're new here. Close that up, that's bothering me. Every time I pull out my camera and I start talking to a vlog, suddenly everybody talks to me. I could vlog just like what I vlogged this morning before I actually opened up the intro part. Nobody bothers me, but if I need to talk, I swear I get 2 words out and someone's like, mama, or baby, or can you do this or that? So whatever. Welcome back to another day of Vlogmas. Today is going to be another day in the life, and I think I'm going to share a little recipe at the end. I saw something, I think it was on, once again, 45 seconds in, and I've had to stop and answer a question again. But I saw a recipe somewhere online, and or 2 recipes, and I decided to make something, basically kind of throwing together some ingredients I've seen people do. So I think I'll add that to the end of this vlog. But I'm about to make some carpet fresh with some essential oils instead of using my regular one, because I don't want to smell like that floral clean smell. So I'm just going to make some with some baking soda and a few drops of oil, stir it up in a jar, and then put it on my rug. And then I've got to go take a shower. I've got my dress I fell asleep in last night because I stayed up so stinking late. My hair is off, but first I'm going to make this carpet fresh, put it on the rug, let it sit, go shower. I'm going to use the Christmas Spirit and Cozy Chai and just mix a few drops of both in it and sprinkle it on there. That was a little bit much. This is the Cozy Chai. Should have got a lid for this, but I'll just stir it. And then the cartoons are so loud. The batteries fell out of the remote, and I've got to go find them where I can turn it down. I'm also going to add a little peppermint because I feel like I want the spicy baked good smell and the minty smell. So I think I'll do like 2 drops of it, or 3. So I filled the rest of the jar with what was left of the baking soda. I'm going to find a lid and shake it up. I was just planning to make a little bit to use now, but since I made so much, I think in total I ended up using about 10 drops of essential oil for this jar. Mom came over and helped me with some of the Christmas gifts, and I've got to put tags and bows on them tonight and then put them under the tree. I've had this wrapping paper for like 6 years. I used to go to the day after Christmas sales when everything was 50% off, and that's when I would stock up on my wrapping paper and stuff. So my mom bought the cartoon paper this year and gave me some of it to wrap the kids' stuff in. And then we have this joke that when she comes over because I have laundry, but I always have a load of rags and towels that need to be folded and other laundry, so she always does my laundry. So I thought I would do a little bit of voiceover on this vlog where I don't overwhelm y'all with the Christmas songs, because since I am using royalty-free music, I do have to use a lot of the same songs over and over, and I know that can get kind of annoying, but I am about halfway through with Vlogmas at this point, because I think today is like December 12th. I still have a few vlog ideas in mind. I've still got a grocery haul coming. maybe a shop with me. I'm working on another day in the life. There's 2 or 3 recipes I want to share. I have a collab coming up with a friend of mine that I connected with on YouTube. I'm pretty excited to do that. I think it's been about 2 years or so since I've done a collab, so long overdue. And just a few different things that I want to share. So I'm excited to get back in on filming. I took about 2 or 3 days of a break, did not edit or get anything uploaded, but back on the ball again. I'm trying not to overwhelm myself. I have found that this year doing it this way has been so much easier, just kind of whatever happens vlogging it and not sticking to a specific schedule. I feel like I'm getting more up on my channel versus if I committed to 10 or 12 days of Vlogmas or every single day of December. I feel like that's not really attainable for me. So I've actually really been enjoying doing it this year. This was the following day. I'm not sure of the date when I filmed this, but my car needed to be vacuumed out. We recently upgraded my car in October, so I've been doing my best to keep it vacuumed out frequently. Now that Willow is older, it's a little bit easier for me to do that with her running around versus her needing to be held and all of that. So I feel like I'm kind of getting back in the groove with being able to take care of my car a little bit better. I have a little handheld dustbuster vacuum thing, and I used to use that come in handy, and I have lost the charger to it, so I need to locate that where when I go to the car, even like if I'm on my way out, I can remember to just grab it and I can vacuum a little bit as I go versus having to set aside and pull the shop vacuum out and all that. But her mat back here, when we bought the car, it had like the all-terrain all-weather rubber mats. This has been like a lifesaver because the crumbs and stains do not stick on the carpet. So I would definitely recommend those if you're a mom and you want to avoid some of the messes in your car. Also, it's super easy. Like when I get in here and I see that it's really dirty, I can pull it out, just pop the crumbs out, lay it back down. I can take my multi-surface spray and clean it, and that has been a huge help as well. But one of the things when I got this car that I said that I absolutely was going to do was get a seat protectant mat for underneath the car seat. So my daughter has a car seat, and then my nephew and niece, when my sister and I go places together, their car seats are in here as well. So I technically have 3 car seats in here that are booster seats, whatever, that are rubbing the upholstery. And on my other car, they were in there for like 4 years and ended up causing some wear and tear. So one of the things that I kept in mind when I got this new vehicle was I wanted some kind of seat protectant. So I remembered that I had not yet purchased these, so I went on Amazon during the Black Friday sales and I got just a basic universal fit. I think I paid like 25 bucks for the 2, and it was perfect. It matched the color of the black interior, and it also has like a little pad that hangs in the front that's kind of like a kick plate. That way if they kick their feet against the seat, that it doesn't get mud or anything on it. But I'm so glad I remembered to do that on this car, because I really regretted on my last car whenever we were trading it in and we pulled the car seats, you could see the wear on the seats, and it just really bothered me. So I highly recommend, I know a lot of people are upgrading their cars as their families are growing or their kids are getting bigger. Get you some seat protectant for them where you do not wear the upholstery out, because it will happen. Mine had them in the seat for one of the car seats was in there for a ride at 4 years, and it definitely did wear through to the actual insert part where the foam is at. So I'm not gonna do that on this car. I'm convinced this is the hardest part of parenthood at this point. Ugh! What in the mess? Where's the buckle? Maybe that'll keep the car seats from getting so roughed up and the vacuum cleaner burn up on me before I could finish that. So after we got back from our first unsuccessful family hunt, which was a story in itself, y'all, I told Michael that Willow would last maybe 2 hours. I kind of figured like she'd get a little bored, but she'd be occupied. We brought her a tablet and some snacks and quiet toys, and I thought, you know, she'd hang out for a little bit, being that it was something new. I kid you not, 20 minutes in, she starts saying, "I'm tired, can we go?" And we about lost it laughing because she says, we've been in this city for 10 hours. Can we leave yet? And it had been 25 minutes. So we ended up leaving out a little bit before dark. But it's the memories, y'all. The memories are what we're going after. So that was fun. It was something new, and Michael has been waiting to do that. So I was excited to get to do that, the three of us. And then after I got back, I decided, since it wasn't so late and since I did clean the house before leaving and I really didn't have a lot to do, that it was a perfect opportunity to squeeze in some Christmas baking. I have learned the past few years that keeping it more simple than I have before has really been the key to feeling like I have accomplished more. I deal with a lot of mom guilt. I think a lot of people do, with feeling like I don't do enough. Not so much that I don't do enough, but I'll have all these ideas of stuff that I want to do with Willow during the holidays or just any day, honestly. And like if I've got 5 or 6 things in mind and I only do 1 or 2, I feel like I failed, and that's just not true, because most of the time if you have so-called failed by not doing one of the things you planned, it was simply because you spent time with your kids doing something else. So I'm trying to give myself grace. It has been a hard lesson, and I feel like I'm really trying to hone in on that mindset now, to learn that just because I didn't accomplish what I thought I wanted to, even if it's just something as small as baking something with Willow or doing a craft or something, I didn't fail because I didn't do that, because a lot of times I ended up doing something else or something that she suggested instead. So that's not a fail, that's a victory. So it's kind of just the way that you choose to look at things. And this was one of those nights that I really thought about it. I come back home and I thought, man, we're like 15, 16 days till Christmas and we haven't done any baking or anything. And I really wanted to do some things with her. And I thought, there's literally nothing stopping me from doing that except for myself. So I have been doing my best to work on what I'm calling the 2 Ps. I'm trying to have more patience and also change my perspective on a few things. There's so many things that I catch myself thinking that I have failed in because I did not accomplish what I thought I was going to do. Maybe I make a list of things that I actually have like as a to-do list, or it's just something that I want to do to spend time with Willow, make a craft, bake something, just play a game together, whatever it is that I'm feeling that she needs or that I just would like to do with her. And many times, probably more often than not, I do not end up accomplishing everything that I have, whether it's a physical or a mental note or list. And for so long, I have lived with the perspective that kind of felt like I was failing in some ways, because I intended to do these good things and I did not accomplish these good things, and therefore that has to be bad. But I am trying to teach myself to look at it differently, because if we are spending time with our children, our family, just a loved one, whatever, and we intended to do one thing and we didn't end up getting it done, but we done something else, then there is nothing wrong with that. Life does not go according to plan. There is no plan for life, and sometimes that is just the comfort of home, and family is just knowing that you can do anything together and enjoy being with one another and still have fun. So I'm really trying to change my perspective on a lot of things, such as things related to holidays and such. The older I get, the more I realize how many things I remember my mom doing for my sister and I when we were younger. And I catch myself remembering the little details that I don't think that she even remembers like we do. So that's really helping me with my perspective on motherhood, of all those little things that we think that they don't notice, they do. So I'm really trying to be more intentional with my time on a lot of things. Vlogging is obviously a hobby of mine. It's not a career or anything, but I do love having these memories to look back on, because I can vividly remember the feelings associated with these vlogs. And also, of course, I have the videos in my phone and pictures and such, and I don't know. It's something that's special to me. Willow will tell me like, oh, Mama, do you remember that time we done this or you done that? And I can just remember all the feelings associated to that time. And I want to be sure that I am having a good perspective about the things that I'm doing. I don't want to just do them mindlessly. So I'm trying to be intentional with my time as always, but also reminding myself that it doesn't always have to go as planned, because the plan is not to have a plan. So after a very talkative vlog, I'm ending this out making dried oranges for either a garland or ornaments. I always do ornaments. I make these pretty much every other year. They hold up really well in storage if you put them in a bag. But I just cut off the ends and any bad spots, put them in a bowl. I save those. I also save apple cores and pieces of apples to make a simmer pot when I have a full bag in the freezer. Then I make my pot. I know a lot of people will buy fresh ones, but I don't know. I grew up in a house where it was really hard to keep fresh fruit there. We did not have a lot, and I feel like it's such a waste. So I just can't use perfectly good fruit for that. So I guess that's a tip, especially for moms. We cut up a lot of fruit for our kids. Just take a bag in the freezer and collect it till it's full. When it is, make you a simmer pot, and it smells just as good. It might not look as pretty, but it gets the job done. But anyways, I end up cooking these at 200 degrees in the oven, and I check every 30 minutes and I turn them until they are dry as I need them to be. You really can't mess these up. Just kind of keep your eye on them, and once they are dry enough, you pull them out, let them cool, and then poke your ornament hooks through it or thread your string if you're making garland. But I don't think I showed the end result on this. I think I will show adding them to my tree in another vlog, so y'all be sure that you come back for the next one, which should also be a day in the life, a lot like this one, and maybe also sharing a recipe as well. Really appreciate you guys for watching this vlog. Please drop a comment, and I will talk with you guys in the next vlog. Bye.